Hey guys, so today we're going to go over the first prerequisite movement of the Helicoptero series. So this is going to be Frente in Capoeira, which is also known as Prereqs or cartwheel semi. This move is essentially a cartwheel that ends up with an axe kick facing the direction that you're traveling. This starts to work on the control you'll need for Helicoptero and also the hip turn when you're on your hands. So the most difficult part of this movement is how you stand up. And a lot of that is in your hand placement and how your hips turn over in the movement. So I'm going to go over first a very simple exercise that will help you work on how to orient your hips in space. I'll show you how to progress that, and then after that we'll look at some common problems that people have when they start attempting this movement. For the first exercise, you're going to start very low on the ground, and you're going to do a cartwheel bringing your feet out in front of yourself. So my feet go out, the first foot lands on the ground, and I'm going to try to wrap the second foot all the way around so that my hips end up facing the way that I'm traveling. Once that foot touches down, I'm going to push up to stand. What's very important about this is as soon as I start moving my second leg in the cartwheel, I let go of the first hand. If I don't do that, then my chest and hips are not going to be able to turn over to face that direction that I'm going. Once you understand how to get your hips in the right position and stand up, you're going to want to try to do the cartwheel higher and higher. So I'm trying to get my legs and my hips more and more over myself to challenge myself to turn my hips all the way over and still land in the right position so I can stand up. So once you try to attempt these with your cartwheel, you're going to notice that you're going to have some difficulty in turning your foot all the way over to land facing forward. What's going to help you do that is the hand position from the start, which way your fingers are pointed, where your hands are oriented, and then also what your arms do through the movement. So a mistake that a lot of people make is putting their hands down in the same line as their cartwheel. If you do that, there's really nowhere for your chest to go, and you won't be able to turn over and pass your chest through the middle to end up in the right position. So instead, we're going to point all of our fingers in the direction we're traveling and stagger them so they're about shoulder width. The second common mistake is what your arms do in the movement and in what order they come off the ground. So many times people will lock their elbows out straight through the whole movement, and it really doesn't allow you to get the full range of motion out of your arms. So what you should do instead is really bend your elbows when you go through. That's going to help get more range, and it's going to allow you to reach farther back behind yourself to reach the ground. Finally, The last problem that a lot of people have is they leave both of their hands on the ground for far too long. So in order for your hips to turn, your chest has to turn too. And if both your hands are glued to the ground, your chest really has nowhere to go. So what I think of is as I pass the peak of the movement with my legs, I peel off the first arm and push through the second. That lets my chest turn open, which in turn allows my hips to rotate and point the direction that they're going to go. So if you follow the progression from the first exercise and incorporate these different tips, the position of your hands, bending of your elbows, and peeling off to rotate your chest, then you should be able to have this move in no time. If you have any issues or questions, please feel free to send me a message or leave a comment and I'll get back to you. And if you like this content and want to see more like it, please like and subscribe and share this with your friends, and we'll have more in the Helicoptero series soon.